Alright, so 영어에 대한 잡생각, the sequel. So what does the sequel mean again? Anybody remember? Right, 두 번째 거, right? So the sequel, the first one we just call it the original, and the second one we call it the sequel. So this was the second edition of this post that I had written. So let's take a look at this expression. He is driven. Okay, or we also use this a lot. He has a lot of drive. Okay, so what does this mean? Right, there's not, I couldn't think of the exact expression in Korean that's similar to this. I don't know what it would be, the exact perfect way to explain it. Okay, but it's something like 의지력 강하다. Okay, 끈기가 있다. 끝까지 밀고 나가는 그런 성격 가진 사람. Okay, he has a lot of drive. He is driven. You can also say he is really driven like this. Okay, now if you look at the word 운전하다 is drive, right? Okay, so driven 이거의 그 수동태, right? The passive form of drive is driven. So 몰리다, right? 궁지에 몰렸다. Then you would say I was driven into a corner, right? 궁지에 몰렸다. I was driven into a corner. And you could also say I was driven into a tough situation. I was pushed into a tough situation. Okay? 근데 그 driven하고 여기 나오는 driven은 달라요. Okay? This just means to have a lot of ambition, a lot of motivation. So another way to say this is he is very motivated. Motivated. Okay, he is very motivated. Once he decides, he makes his mind up to do something, he always gets it done, right? He is very motivated. Okay? 지금 보니까 이거 아마 motor에서 같은 어원인 것 같아요. motor이랑 motor 뭐 이런 거. motor이나 motion, right? 거기서 왔겠죠? motion, motor, motivated. I'm sure this has the same root word. Okay? It just means that he keeps working hard, keeps going, always persistent. Alright, let's look at the other one. This one, OJ. So what does OJ stand for? 오렌지 주스, right? So if you just wanted to say 오렌지 주스 좀 길고 말하기 싫으면 그냥 give me some OJ이라고 할 수 있어요. Okay? Give me a glass of OJ. Alright, and let's look at the next one. So 이 약자 우리 안 씁니다, 미국에서. Okay, this doesn't mean discount in English. We just say discount. And the reason is because, like I said, discount is one word. So when we make 약자 or acronym, we don't take the first letter of a syllable, we take the first letter of the different words, right? Okay, so we don't use this. Okay, so you would just say, in America you would just say discount, not DC. Oh, 근데 DC 이거 있는데 무슨 의미였죠? 기억나세요? Washington DC. Washington DC 쓰기는 해요. 근데 그럴 경우에 무슨 약자예요? DC? District of Columbia. District of Columbia. Okay, so district is 지역 or 구역, right? Of Columbia. Alright, let's look at the next expression. So come up with, or draw up. Come up with. 여기 뒤에 제일 흔히 올 수 있는, 제일 흔히 오는 단어 뭘까요? Come up with 뭐? Right, come up with an idea or come up with a plan. 제일 많이 쓰죠? So let's come up with a plan. Okay, let's come up with a plan to make this company the greatest company in the world. 뭐 그런 식으로 쓰시면 돼요. You can also say 우리 그 계획 실시했는데 결과 안 좋았어요. 새로운 계획 만듭시다. Then you could say let's come up with a new plan, right? Let's try to come up with some new ideas. Draw up 같은 의미입니다. Okay? Let's draw up a new plan, a new scheme. 네, 계약 만드는 것도 draw up이라고 해요. So draw up a contract. Okay? Draw up a contract. draw up a contract. Okay, 근데 그 계약서 만드는 거예요. 서명하는 거는 sign a contract. Yeah, so let's draw up a contract between us and sign it tomorrow. Okay. Alright. Alright. And then 여기 나온 것처럼 정말 격식 잘해야 되는 자리에서 아예 동사구 안 쓰는 것 같아요. 제가 봤을 때. Okay? We use single words usually in the most formal situations. Okay, so for example, in common speech, 그 둘이 화해했다. I would say they got back together. They made up. Okay, but if I'm lecturing or something like that, if I'm giving a speech, I would say they reconciled. Right? Okay? So in day-to-day conversation, 동사구 정말 많이 쓰는데, okay, 연설 뭐 아니면 에세이 쓸 때 동사구 안 써도 돼. Okay? 그런 자리에서. Okay, if there's a single word for it, like reconcile, then we would probably use that. Alright, 어떻게 생각하세요? So how do you say that in English? 어떻게 생각하세요? What do you think, right? Okay, and 이거는 안 씁니다. 근데 여기까지는 틀렸어요. 이렇게 말하면 how do you think? 근데 뒤에 또 뭔가 오면은 가능해요. So for example, 그 사람이 여기 어떻게 왔을까요? And you would say how do you think he got here? 그러면 가능하죠. Okay? But if you just want to say 어떻게 생각하세요? Then you have to say what do you think? Okay, so if you said though, for example, how do you think 그 사람 어떻게 그렇게 대단한 부자 됐을까요? How do you think he got so rich? 그러면 가능해요. How do you think he got so rich? Okay? Because in that case, this is 어떤 수단으로, 어떤 방법으로. Okay? So it's a little bit different. Alright, and then, so I don't know, 이거 말 그대로 잡생각이에요. 그러니까 왔다 갔다 많이 하는데, 여기 주사 있다. 영어로 뭐였죠? Yeah, he's a mean drunk. He's a mean drunk도 쓰고, you could also say he's a wild drunk. Okay? But 여기는 술에 뭐 중독된 사람 이런 의미 아니에요. 그냥 취할 때 잔인해진다. Right? Okay? Or he gets wild when he's drunk. 그 의미예요. That doesn't mean that he's an alcoholic. It doesn't mean he's an alcoholic. Okay? It just means when he gets drunk, he's mean. Okay? He's a mean drunk. He's a wild drunk.
그 필름이 끊기다는 어떻게?
Oh, right, yeah. 필름이 끊겼어요. So, anybody know?
Blackout.
Right, yeah. So, he blacked out. 정말 비슷하죠? Okay, 필름이 끊길 때 그런 검정색 화면 뜨잖아요. Okay, so he blacked out. Right? Yeah, so blackout is like this, when the screen turns black, right? You're watching a movie and then all of a sudden black screen, then it blacked out. But he blacked out. You could also say I completely blacked out. So I don't remember what happened after 10 p.m. last night, right? I completely blacked out. 그런 식으로 쓰시면 됩니다. Okay, so next, 막혔다, right? 속였다 이런 의미로 뭐라고 하면 될까요? Some kids, I heard kids say this and 말 그대로 번역해서 이렇게 선생님이 낚였다 이러고 하려고 하다가 이렇게 말했어요. I fishing teacher 뭐 이러면서 I fishing teacher 뭐 이런 I fishing teacher. But we don't have 그 비유는 안 써요. We don't have that expression in English exactly. But what we do have is she fell for it, okay? Or he fell for it. 근데 한국어처럼 한국어에 완전히 막혔다. 그 이제 completely 우리도 강조어로 써요. Okay? So she completely fell for it. 오케이? 완전 속였어요. 완전 낚였다. She completely fell for it. He completely fell for it. 그런 식으로 하시면 돼요.
Can I say she was taken in?
She was
Taken in.
taken in. Yeah. 근데 그거는 조금 있어 보이는 말이고요. She was taken in. That's like 사기 당했을 때 그런 의미고. 이거는 되게 일상적인 표현이고 그거는 조금 더 이렇게 그렇게 많이 안 쓰지만 가능해요. 문법적으로 가능해요. She was taken in. 또 있어요. You could say, yeah, she was taken in, or you could say, he got taken for. You could say he got taken. 이것도 같은 의미요. For a ride. Okay. Okay. He got taken for a ride. He got taken. 네, 같은 의미예요. 사기 당했어요. Alright, and then 외식하다, to eat out, to go out to eat, right? It's pretty easy. So 우리 외식했어요. We went out to eat. 그리고 집에서 해 먹지는 않고 매번 외식만 해요. I never eat at home. I always go out to eat. Okay? So 오늘 집에서 먹지 말자. 나가서 먹자. Let's not stay home. Let's go out to eat. 그런 식으로 하면 되죠. 오케이, 통화하고 있다. I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone. 오케이, 전화해봤는데 지금 통화 중이야. Then he's busy. The line was busy. Okay, I tried to call, but it's busy. Okay. And then 마지막으로 문자를 보내다. Okay, so 한국어처럼 원래 문자 메시지를 보내다 이라고 했는데 이제 그냥 문자 보내다 이라고 하잖아요. 영어도 그래요. 원래 I'll send you a text message 이라고 했는데 이제 사람들이 메시지까지 말하면은 귀찮잖아요. 그래서 I'll send you a text 이라고 해요. Okay? But if you're sending a formal email, you should probably use the word text message. Okay? Alright, any other questions? No? Okay, good. Let's.
텍스트를 동사로 쓸 수도 있어요.
Yeah, I'll text you. 네, 그거 정말 편한 말이에요. So I'll text you. He texted me. I'll text you later. 뭐 그런 식으로 쓰면 되죠. Okay? Okay. Let's get out your dialogue.